off with this, man. Robert Sarver is he received a 1-year suspension, but it just came out today that he is selling the team, which is very interesting. Adam Silver was working behind the scenes, and he's pressured. He was pressured to sell the Suns. Yeah, article just came out. What do you think about that?
Personally, I'm glad I thought the punishment was weak. I thought he should have. What's the guy's name? Donald Sterling kind of had the similar thing, except his was.
Yep.
It was recorded, so they had actual video, or not video, but they had audio of him saying racial slurs and whatever else he was saying.
Magic Johnson.
So, that's kind of the same situation, but it was just how everything came out was different. But even still, like, this is just unacceptable. And I'm glad that he felt pressure to resign and give up his ownership and try to sell the team. Because I just thought the fine that he got and the suspension was just not enough. Yeah. It's just something that shouldn't happen in the workplace. It's just unacceptable especially for anybody in general, but for a person in power that coming off as intimidating and being homophobic or racial, and throwing out racial slurs or being misogynistic or anything like that. Like, there's just it's uncomfortable you don't want to go to work there. I mean, it's uncomfortable, but I mean, you have to go to support your family at the end of the day. But I mean, like, he's the owner of the Suns. He's the owner of or soon to be not the owner of the Phoenix Mercury as well. So he has women that he has to see as far as his players that he's the owner of. He has men, Black, like other racial, other ethnicities. I'm sure there's a bunch of employees, not basketball players, but other employees there that are not just white. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. Like, I'm glad that he is deciding to step down. I'm glad he's deciding to, or whatever he's doing, or he feels pressure, or they're handling it behind the scenes, whatever the case may be. I'm glad it's coming out and he's actually selling the team, and hopefully they can get somebody in there that is obviously the opposite of this guy. I just wish guys like Chris Paul, who's the president of the CBA, or the Players Association. I mean, like, I wish he would have came out and he would have said something earlier. He's a member of the Suns. He's been there for years. Yeah. Guys, like, I know they came out after the fact. Like, LeBron came out after the fact. Draymond came out after the fact. Like, I wish these guys, when these rumors happened last year, I don't really remember too many people talking about it, especially anybody from the Suns or the Mercury. I could be wrong. Maybe I don't remember. I don't remember it being. Yeah, I don't remember it being like this after the verdict type outlash. So kind of wish those guys had spoken up beforehand, and it might have been like a bigger outcry, and it had been maybe got the ball rolling a little bit earlier. But at the end of the day, I'm glad it happened. I'm glad he's gone, or soon to be gone. I really wish the NFL would look at this and see what happened. I know there are two different groups and they're two different organizations and they handle stuff differently and all that, but you got this situation. You got the Daniel Snyder situation. Yes. But I mean, it's like, it's not the same. I think what Daniel Snyder did could be considered worse. Like, he was actually sexually harassing and like doing other things behind the scenes. And there's like a whole organization basically of higher ups. Of a toxic, like, uncomfortable workplace. So I wish the NFL would take a look at what the NBA has gotten rid of basically two owners in the last, I don't know how many years, I don't know, 10 years or something like that, or 10. 8 years, whatever it is. I'm just saying 10. So, and the NFL has gotten rid of one with Jerry Richardson. But I mean, it's just like, man, you got rare. It's definitely rare, but I mean, you also don't really get these. I mean, it's rare in general, but you don't often get these scandals coming out about owners. You don't often get these big name guys or big name millionaires, billionaires coming out and having these scandals about them that comes out like this in the light. And the NBA, they didn't handle it, to me, like they should have in the beginning, but eventually it got to this point, and now he's having to resign. And I just wish the NFL would kind of see what's going on and take that and try to get the same pressure on Daniel Snyder. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to whatever happened behind the scenes to get him out of there. And I hope this never happens again. Like, I mean, this probably is going to happen again. It's probably stuff happening now we don't know about that might come out in a couple of years. Who knows? But like, this is just unacceptable.
Yeah, man. I first saw it. I was like, the first person I thought of was Daniel Snyder. I was like, I wish, being a Commanders fan, that, the things that people do in power are crazy. And people don't deserve that. Like, the way that you talk to people, like, I read the article and I was like, what? Like, whipping his thing out, like, come on. You gotta be, this is ridiculous. Like, if a manager did that at my job, he's fired. If a manager did that at any job, right? Even if it's like, I used to work at Wendy's or a restaurant, that guy's gone. Like, and this is an NBA franchise that this is happening. And you gotta carry yourself better than that. And it's so interesting that sometimes that we hold, NBA owners and NFL owners should be held to a high standard, but 9 times out of 10, they have character issues. Seriously. And this isn't like, some billionaires are nice. Like, you got the Mark Cubans, you got Myers from Golden State. But, I guess that's in life. You got some good people, some bad people. But it's like, the stuff that he was doing, man, was crazy. I was reading an article like, come on, man. But now, this probably happens a lot, but I can only imagine what was happening when there was no cameras around. We're in a day and age that people are more and more not afraid to say something. Back when we were growing up, Craig, this is probably going rapid. Like, it was probably wild. Like, people were probably saying stuff and getting away with it. And nowadays, as it should be, because you want to be treated with respect, is that people are more, people are more confident of coming out saying, you can't treat me like this. And I like that, even in the social media era, because you got to think, probably without the power of Twitter and the power of the public outcry, because the public and fans, we have a little bit more access because of, stuff that leaks, right? So when writers do articles like this, and then people come out on social media, and then you got LeBron James saying, hey, NBA, you got to do a better job. Yeah. Yes, we do. And the reason I like Adam Silver is he's like, okay, we give him a year. He says this in public. We give him a year, right? And he gets a $10 million fine. And then today, Robert Sarver's like, hey, I got to sell the Suns. I was forced to sell. Because Adam Silver and other owners was like, hey, we can't have this. And I like that. It's like a chess move. Like, yeah, this is it. And then behind the scenes, he's like, hey, I think you should sell the team now. Yeah. So let's say bad boys move with silence. But I think the other commissioners can take note especially Goodell, and it's hard because not only Snyder. I mean, look at the Miami Dolphins owner. Ridiculous, man. You know, everything that he did, calling in question of the integrity of the game. You know, got to protect the shield. Are you? Are you really? But we know what it's about. We know what it's about, man. So
I mean, there was like 70 plus people that had like the same accusations against Sarver.
yeah,
So I mean,
crazy.
it's a lot of the same people, or a lot of people saying the same thing.
Yeah, and he keeps denying it. I didn't say the N word like that. I just read it was like 7 It's so many people that saying like, yeah, he used to say it on the regular. No, I didn't. What? Well, you're saying all these people are lying? One time, boom. All right, you're ignorant. You're probably racist. Cool. But then the next time, then the next time, then the next time, then the next time. I just read articles like, yo, he said it's like 7 different stories where he was like, yo, you know, the Draymond Green one. Then it's an instance of he was talking to the coach, Earl Watson. Then he was talking to, sometimes this gets on my nerves by other cultures. They'll be like, oh, I could say it because they said it in the song. It's like, well, no. And I feel like when that gets asked, well, why can't I say it? You can say it in the song. That means you've already said it multiple times. To me. You're just asking to see for my validation. And you're never gonna get it. So I don't know, man. It's just interesting. So I'm glad the NBA did good. I wish the NFL would take suit, but I don't see that happening.